Okay, now let's move to the second reference to context. It is on page 161. Just see, this is again speech of Shylock where he says, "You'll ask me why I rather choose to have a weight of carrion flesh than to receive 3,000 ducats. I'll not answer that, but say it is my humor. Is it answered?" So this is that speech where Shylock talks about why he why he wants that pound of a rotten flesh from Antonio's body. He says it is all because of fun. Is it answered? Now let's discuss the question and answers given after that. To whom is Shylock speaking? So we know that Shylock is actually speaking to the Duke. When does he speak these words? When Shylock was actually standing before the Duke and was supposed to answer the reason of his malice towards Antonio. So when he was supposed to answer the Duke why he is being so cruel towards Antonio, in that speech he says or he mentions these lines. Right, I'm sure you can understand the first question. It is easy. And if you want in your book, it is given on page number 160. Shylock's speech, very important speech, right? So it is given there. After that, it is, what is the carrion flesh? Why does he prefer it to the 3,000 ducats? Okay, the question is why, what is the carrion flesh? We already know. Here, Shylock is referring carrion flesh or the rotten flesh to Shylock's pound of flesh. And why does he prefer to take 3,000 ducats rather, like he preferred to take the flesh rather than 3,000 ducats? Why? Okay. Carrion flesh means rotten flesh. Shylock wants or rather chooses to have a weight of carrion flesh because of his humor that he has mentioned in his speech. However, the actual reason is that he wishes to take revenge from Antonio and because of his hatred, loathing or hatred towards him. So you can write any reason here. Right, we have quite a number of reasons why he hated Antonio so much. How does Shylock go on to illustrate his humor? Now here, humor is not actually, it means humor. It refers as if Shylock is actually acting as if, he is just doing it for fun. Don't take it as a serious humor. It's only, the way of escaping. So he says here, Shylock gives the example of someone who can't afford. Okay, uh, in this speech, what you need to write is about Shylock, where he gives three examples. You remember, first example is of a person who cannot control his emotions. Second example is of a person who cannot actually stand the sight of a roasted pig. And third example is of a person who cannot bear what? A cat in front of him. So these are the three examples that you need to write apart from that. What is the apparent cruelty of Shylock as we see it illustrated in this opening part of the scene? It is okay. I'm on question number D now. What is the apparent cruelty of Shylock? Well, the moment the speech starts, Shylock says that he has taken an oath. You remember that he has sworn by his holy Sabbath to take only the due and the forfeit and nothing else. He doesn't need money. He only wants the pound of flesh. And he has taken an oath for that. Right? So that is again an example of his cruelty towards humanity. Who is waiting to make a dramatic entry in disguise? Okay, one part of a question. Who is waiting? You remember Portia? She sent Balthazar to Padua so that he can get the clothes of disguise, he can get a letter, reference letter from there. And Portia, she is already disguised as a lawyer. Nerissa is disguised as a clerk, and they both are standing outside the court. They're waiting for the Duke to allow them to enter it. How will that person impress the court? Okay, now Portia, how she will impress the court? She's got, first of all, she's got a letter from Dr. Bellario, who's a well-known lawyer, as a reference. Secondly, she will protect Antonio. She has got vast knowledge of the case. She has studied everything. She has got the solution from Bellario. So she is well prepared. So that would be easy for her to impress the court. Give your opinion of what really makes the impression of admiration for that person. Now here you can write your own opinions, how you feel that Portia is a person who should be admired. Right, so here it is asking for your opinion. You can write any opinion that you feel is suitable. Right, so that is it. We'll complete the third extract in the next video. I want you to write answers, please. Try writing answers. Right, see, in boards you'll not be getting MCQs, right? It is easy for the test, but in exams you will be getting proper answers, proper questions, right? So for the practice at least, start writing answers in your workbooks, and do let me know if you have any doubts with the Merchant of Venice, your stories or your poetry. I can repeat it, please, in the contents or on the WhatsApp. Do let me know. Okay. We'll continue the rest in the next video. Thank you.